Hello friends, my name is host Eric and I'm going to start this video right now. What I meant to say was I'm going to start GoToMeeting after I'm done with this video. I'll put up another announcement, but this will function as a bit of an announcement as well. I have the wonderful problem. Got 28 unanswered comments. I try to answer all the comments, but I just increasingly find myself unable to keep up with everything, which is fantastic. I love it. But I want to respond to them like this. I'm going to try it, see how it works. Margie says, depends how the function is used. If you create a second function, this is the function one utilizes to creatively problem solve. The one we use to connect with people or to contribute to society to teach with. It's also the function that one may feel irritated if used too much by others. You'll never feel that way about your dominant function. In fact, when problem solving, it's off the base function's perspective. The base function is always on while the created function be turned off or on. We should also consider subtypes. For an ethical subtype and an intuitive subtype of an IEI can look very different. One should also look at the demonstrative function. I always see NI and INTPs, not so much in ENTPs. Just as one may see FI and INFJs, but not so much in ENFJs, etc. The kid obviously relates to TI most. He even mentioned that it was always on. Like talking you, Eric, into believing that you don't lead with NE, you probably think the idea ridiculous. The confusion lies in that you only see him in debate or extroverted mode, and he automatically has NE on for that. We were talking hidden agendas the other day. Turns out if you favor or are a subtype of your dominant base function, you're more likely to stay in that mode, and the hidden agenda would manifest to a greater extent. So Eric as an NE subtype FE would be your hidden agenda, but as a TI ENFP subtype wouldn't necessarily relate to hidden agenda. Okay, well, about Bo, first of all, you need to know the full history of Bo's various statements on things to understand why I believe as I do. Okay, because his first justification for why he was an INTP was because he had INTP and ENTP backwards. That was his first one that he gave me. He explained it, and I realized, oh, you have it backwards. Because he understood the cognitive function thing, but he had apparently not read like descriptions of the types and stuff, right? And he was understanding it incorrectly. So, and then I've gotten answers ranging from all sorts of things. He identified with TI most. Well, necessarily, if you have a perceiving function as your dominant function, I think you're going to identify more with your judging function. Because judging function is easier to understand. More concrete, easier to describe. It's a tool, not a frame of reference. That's the difference. Okay, let's go on to the next one. But thank you for the comments, Margie. Good comments. You're right about the a lot of stuff about subtypes, stuff like that. The thing is, you don't necessarily see NI and ENTPs, but it depends what kind of NI you're looking for, I guess. It comes late to us. I feel like I'm starting to develop much more of a sense of it. Like I know what it is now. Yeah, that one's uploaded now. What happened is last night I fell asleep. I fell asleep, and man, yeah, it's uploaded now. Yes, it's uploaded. I fell asleep. Pyow. Alright, you're forgetting dyslexic. I didn't forget it. You know, like, I was going to talk about dyslexia, but then I forgot. I'm INTP with dyslexia. What interesting, that makes thinking more practical. So dyslexia, INTP as purist, NE, make them great engineers. NE is visualizing things in third 3D space. NI is more abstract. Well, any visual NE I don't understand very well. So I believe it exists. I believe there are visual ENTPs or INTPs, but most of us are auditory. Dyslexic INTPs are just useful INTJs, just as useful, I think, as INTJs, but just cannot think and chew bubblegum at the same time, which is the nature of TI and not very good at writing. In fact, there's a shortage of engineers because they are rejecting dyslexics. Interesting. Well, I will tell you this. My ex-father-in-law, Johnny, has those sort of language issues, dyslexia, and he really struggles with language, written language. But he's like a super high up in the contracting world. Amongst everybody else in this at his level has college degrees and stuff, but it's because of his unbelievably acute visual stuff. And he's the most efficient. I mean, he wins. That's why, right? He wins. He doesn't need those skills, and he kicks everybody else's ass. So, I mean, yeah, I feel you, dude. I know how that goes. I think the drive towards perfectionism. This is MT Plano Herder. I think the drive towards perfectionism pushes many INFJs into high achievement in academia and elsewhere, particularly when they grow up exposed to frequent TI. You do, however, seem to equate intelligence chiefly with the ability to be emotionally detached. I posit that INFJs are very capable of TI thinking detached from FE when a system is truly uninfluenced by the interior motivations of people. Due to the extensive use of FE and I, we tend to see more systems inextricably influenced by people, and therefore easily see why many public policies are not feasible on a large scale. So yes, our TI tops out lower than the HPs, but it doesn't necessarily lead to lower effectiveness. In people scenarios, makes it vastly superior. Yeah, I agree with everything you say. I agree with all that. I agree with everything you say. It's never an issue until the INFJ is wrong. And he has a little trouble accepting its misses. That's the gist of it. They're not as good at noticing when they're wrong. Yeah, I know. Tiff. I know. Let's talk. Totes. Totes my goats. Totes my goats. Let's talk. Let's talk about poo. Yeah, talk about poo. Alright, what is this thing? I don't even know what that is. Reviews blogs. Oh, you want to review my blog? My vlog? Hey. Review my blog. It's this. But most new videos aren't that. But some of them, well, old videos are. Over-intuiting. Just spending too much time in possibilities, you know. If I'm going to be doing comments this way, why am I typing them? Spending too much time in possibilities. Well, some of them are easy. I can just give a quick answer. Stop misspelling shit. Alright, let's see. Spark. Though tertiary feeling, you have more emotions, but for INTP, I have well developed FE, and most of the time I know what I'm feeling. My FE developed way enough where I look at the art with people smiling and feel happy. Congratulations. Like, that's a sort of high level of emotion. I can now experience emotions by looking at media. Congratulations. You're winning. You're totally winning things. I analyze every feeling to the point I'm tired of analyzing them if they were negative. They're happy emotions. I do not analyze those too much. I know, that's the problem, right? We all spend too much time analyzing our negative ones and dismissing our positive ones. That's the NT conundrum. Ha ha, I'm going to show this to my ENTP friend who is just getting into MBTI. Alright, and he enjoys me talking about cognitive functions and whatnot. I'm sure he will relate a lot, and it's true you can be very scattered and all over the place, but that is what I, as an INTJ, like about you ENTPs. You're always up to something, and sometimes up to no good. It is great fun being around you, taking the back seat and seeing it all unfold. One part you mentioned that you are not preparation oriented is true and can be a pain in the ass. Just today, he called me up and asked what he should bring to our hiking trip. 2 days in advance, but you know this for months. 2 days? That's remarkable. You mean not 15 minutes before he left? Eric, or for other ENTPs, feel free to add any concrete tips to help my ENTP friend be less critical when something so messy and disorganized. Yeah. Maybe I can help him in some small way. I view as not so important to focus on. You know, I'll make another "There's Nothing Wrong With You" video, alright? Because that's what I need to be reminding people of periodically. There's nothing fucking wrong with you, and stop internalizing people's ontological violence against you. This, I just checked these ones. I don't really reply to them. This is Zachary. The comments to Zachary, they're not to me. INFJ here. I need a list with the specific item descriptions. You write a novel. Pasta, made of wheat. Pasta comes in packages. I need to be going for other people. That's how I managed to get in and out of a reasonable time frame. I'm there by myself with no direction or time frame. Things can go a bit differently. I'll wander, have an internal crisis because my food item is out of stock. And now I need to figure out how to supplement it. So then I'll pretend to be looking for things and do loops around the aisle when really I just need time to think, but standing still and staring straight ahead would seem weird. Yeah, that would seem weird. What is that guy doing? Once the shopping is done, I'll head to the checkout, covertly ogle at the people checking out in other lanes, and then try my best to be endearing to the checkout clerk for fear of appearing to be brooding. I wrap it all up with loading my groceries into the car. That's very FE stuff right there. That is totally FE. I wrap it up with loading my groceries into the car, putting mine as well as nearby derelict carts back into the cart corral, but no more than 2. I don't want the employees collecting carts to chase me down and tell me not to do their job, and then drive that. You are fucking FE to the max. Oh my god, dude, that is so FE. That makes my heart hurt to think about having to think about those kind of things. I have to think about those kind of things a little bit too, but not like that, fortunately. Oh yeah. Sorry, INFJs. Is that how you have to go through life thinking about that kind of shit? Wow. That's cool. Thanks for the comment, man. I really enjoyed that comment. Yeah, a little extra thing here. Great comment. I enjoyed this one. Pyow. This video still gets views. That's kind of cool. The part about remembering the past really resonated with me. Sometimes I feel like the day-to-day mundaneness of life gets in the way of my thoughts. Like I just stumble through my life with my head in the clouds, constantly daydreaming about all the complexities around me. This is why I think I'm ditzy and forgetful. My personal past is foggy and hard to remember. However, if you want to talk about WW2 and the effects it has on modern life, then I'm your guy. You should make YouTube videos. They replace the shitty introverted sensing for constructing a self-narrative. There you go. I'll put this link here too. Pyow. Margie. This is how you hit 1,000 subscribers in no time. Make INFJ and INTP videos. Our titles have to be simple and intriguing, and somewhat complimentary. Yeah, I know this already, actually. But I don't want... Here's the thing. I don't want my audience to have reason to complain that I'm not being consistent about what they expect. So I don't want to be consistent. That's what it boils down to. The video should be 4 to 5 minutes long. Well, yeah. Things like INFJ, your true purpose, INTP, why people find you attractive. The video should be 4 to 5 minutes long, and then tease your viewers with the next video you upload on the type in a week. You have to be, what's the word, manipulative. Right now, you're like the girl that gives it up too easily. This is typical INFJ understanding of the situation. You're viewing it from the perspective of individual viewers and subscribers. But I'm viewing it from the perspective of not to be thinking about maintaining the emotional state of my existing subscribers. In fact, I'd like to think I have fairly durable subscribers because I don't do that. And what I'm looking for is a Google search result change that happens at 1,000 subscribers that then allows the fact that I have so many videos to exponentially increase the number of subscribers very quickly. Now, here's the thing, Margie. After I do that, and after I get a bunch of subscribers, I will be much more likely to pare back on this and to have much more of a system where I've got a certain number of roundtables. I mean, but the thing is, I really like, that's the other thing, Margie, is thank you for liking the coquette video. That's fucking great. You have to be, what's the word, manipulative. Right now, you're like the girl who gives it up too easily. You're not thinking about it. I'm not trying to win suitors. I'm trying to affect the Google mechanisms, the search engine mechanisms, right? You want to be a YouTube sensation? Marketing. Don't be like a company that floods your inbox with emails that eventually unsubscribe to. Strategy, quantity over quality is the wrong way to look at it. Oh, and comedy, definitely comedy. One of my favorite videos to do is a coquette video. Also, community type people. They should preferably be seen on camera. Also, run some fun competitions for TWFP swag. Be a sticker, for example. Best comeback for with the price. Seriously think about why people come to your channel. It's precisely because it's a small community where anyone can contribute. Because there's actual back and forth. So you realize how unique that is. Thank you, Margie, for being awesome. First of all, let me just say that. Thank you for being awesome. You're great. I love you. And I'll put this. This is, you're right. After I affect the search engine mechanism that I want to affect, right? So if I'm right, now I could be wrong about this, Margie. If I'm wrong about what I put a lot of faith in a few things that I've read that seem to confirm the same idea, which is that once you get to 1,000 subscribers, you have an exponential boost in viewership that's related to how many videos you have. And the more videos you have, the bigger the boost. That means that if I have a bunch of videos on a bunch of different topics, if I'm right, then when I get that boost, it's going to be the biggest example of that boost in history. And then after that, I can start worrying about providing a carefully targeted media stream, right? That's my thinking. And I think this is fucking quintessential example of INFJ brilliance coming into contact with ENTP brilliance. And in this instance, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, ENTP brilliance is right. And then after that, then I have to apply your wisdom. I often feel a little lost for words, but maybe this feeling is intensified by the expectations of SJs. Maybe discretionary, not exactly wise. Patience. Yeah, reacting on things that they will do. Reacting to things they will do is great. I like that a lot. It's a good notion. Cheers for this. Hopefully I can catch you again sometime and talk again. Sorry again for bailing. I don't care, man. There's no such rules around here. You come and go as you please. You need to apologize for nothing. We are all about autonomy. This is for Zach. What are your views on Montessori schools? I don't really have any opinion about it. I just think that it's for little kids, I guess. I mean, I don't really have a lot of thoughts about little kid education. My thoughts about education more begin around middle school. You know I was 45, gray, yellow, blue? Yeah, I'm 45. The chaotic maelstrom nobody sees. The liquid truths. Nandi is being honest with... Alright. Chaotic maelstrom nobody sees. The liquid truths. Nandi is being honest as we will when asked directly, so careful what you ask. I really don't like answering how are you doing because I want to tell the truth but probably don't want to hear it because it's not fine. It's fecked up. So I say, I'm here, meaning I'm coping well enough to be in your presence in public just now, kind of. We don't feel remotely as together inside as we seem to appear outside, partly because we keep our own counsel and people don't get to see our thought process. Much of it probably because we are private and hermit ourselves often, but are socially normative when we do show up. I mean, we kind of clean up well in that sense. I'd not wear slippers in public. We blend nails that stick out and get hammered. And if I'm gonna get hammered, I'd prefer it was something I'd feel strongly about. Then at least I don't feel justified in rocking the boat. Don't rock the boat, don't tip the boat over, my motto. Sometimes it needs doing, but those times ought not be half-assed or merely provocative. I leave that to people that seem to enjoy conflict. I'm here, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. I don't know that I could come out looking competent in a foreign situation, but given a little time to process my tea, I would likely have something helpful to offer that doesn't bring us competency, but if given something, a project, I can see how to make it work better, though it feels about as useful as a circus trick when I'm around others. People don't get that you are right or why you should be and often ignore you, leaving me to use it for myself and keep it to myself unless it's my family I'm helping. You can't do it that way trips us up sometimes, but we only have so much energy in getting it right in our head to find it necessary, if anything, in hopes of getting it done. If we have to expand loads of energy and try in different ways physically, and we may quickly decide if it's not worth our time. So if you want to do things all over the place, feel free to do those things yourself. Just don't make it look like you need our help doing it. And we will still let you know if you've committed a faux pas, if we love you, that is. When we help, we want it done accurately, succinctly, and over with. The sooner the better. We all have this flotsam and jetsam in our head to contend with, and that will be prioritized just because. And lastly, I think I leave room for doubt because that I have real examples of nearly every type that I know personally, but not an ENTJ or an INFJ other than myself. I probably know one of each and just haven't identified them yet, as the latter is unlikely since I rarely have enough to ask. Okay, well, Tiny Yellow Tree, for one thing, I'm really interested in you now because of the comment you left about deleting your other comments and how you embarrass yourself and stuff when you make comments on videos. And I'm guessing that I must have brought the hammer down on you about something. I don't even remember what it was, and I really want to know, and I really want to know why you said that and what made you so sad about that. And I feel bad if it was me. I'm guessing it was. I swear to you, I have no fucking recollection of doing it, but it must have been based on that comment that you made a while back, like yesterday or the day before. Thanks for your viewership. Long may it wave. Fucking type good, Eric. Thanks for viewing, I should say instead. Viewership is presumptuous and more than is implied by a comment. How is ENFP the most flirtatious type? Not clearly the winner here. I don't know. Too nice? yeah, INTPs. Being hard to keep in touch with. Family, and even your closest friends. I'll never be the first to just text someone, or will at least it will take a whole lot if I do. Lol, I had a lot of friends. I was a kid everyone knew, but then slowly the circle got smaller and smaller in a good way, but I can't even stay close to the people who have been there for me. I really hate that. Oh, well, let guilt be your guide. That's what I say. Let guilt be your guide. Trust your guilt. If you're feeling guilty, you should go see somebody. The advice about INFJ has really inspired me. This video was a little too chaotic for my liking, but it was still very useful to me as an INFJ. Well, thanks. It was a little scattered. Things continue to evolve. I don't know what their final state will be. Perhaps their final state, perhaps the final evolution of Charizard will be more ordered. Charizard will be more ordered. It's the final evolution of Charizard, baby. INTP, learned about cheese, and then something happened. Let's see. Whoa, that's a long one. INTP, I'm 17. This is from X-Element 523. INTP, I'm 17. I first learned about the MBTI system maybe last year. I don't quite remember, but when I stumbled upon this 16 types to test and the data for the INTP, my mind was blown. Not only did I read about 4 or 5 hours that day and 2 hours every day after that, but literally almost everything it said I would struggle with or have an issue on or experience. I already went through some of it, I suppose, for my age, but learned the hard way. I'm talking about school, drugs, parents, relationships, etc. There is so much more I can't even begin with. It's just that too much to type. It was a long year of me being in a black hole, having to question why I do this, why I do that. I question this, why I stand away from the crowd. And like I said, it's just too much to type. One hell of a puzzle to finally connect and understand fully, without a doubt. Like I say, starting from 16 years old and finding out your type will benefit you. If I did not read any of this or understand who I was as a person, I don't know where I would be. I know for a fact that I have very much matured from before I found out about an INTP. It's absolutely amazing. I can talk about it all day. Typing is not so much my thing, rather speak for. Okay, this is hard to read and it's very long, but I get the gist of it. I know the experience. He might be an ENTP. Yeah, dude. You know, you're 16 and you've got a young person's enthusiasm. But I can tell you right now, I had no less enthusiasm than you were currently feeling when I discovered it around 30 something or whatever. It made me cry because I had never before understood what was wrong with me. And my message now, of course, has changed even further. And my message to you and everybody else is there's nothing wrong with you. And if you are your type and are experiencing some of the challenges of being your type, other types might commit ontological violence against you and tell you to stop being who you are. But that's bad. So tell them to fuck off. Okay, next comment. That was here. This person's anonymous. Well, that was my least social time period. When I read developmental psychology book, I started to doubt that I'm a human. But yeah, I have seen ENTP female was in pretty much the same place as me at 16 years. There was actually a person I could perfectly understand. It was weird. NTP mind link. Is Anno a INTP? I think so. Taylor, as an ENTP, I find that many people misunderstand me and think I'm kind of childish and immature, but as soon as I get a chance to pick their brain and impress them with my knowledge on subjects they didn't even know about, I change their mind. I find it to be a good thing because they underestimate my intellect, giving me a tactical advantage. Yeah, well, advantage good. It's true. It's because the reason we display childish is in part because we have so much faith in our ability to figure it out on the fly, right? I'm not worried about giving you ammunition so much anymore. First of all, I spiked it all out, you know. Thank you for commenting on my history video. I thought it was funny too. I appreciate that. I've been thinking about egocentric and allocentric spatial processing. That sounds interesting. Allocentric. Egocentric. FE is kind of people feeling states towards different things, not necessarily just self. This is great. I already commented about this. This wins best comment ever. Okay, dyslexic nerd, you win best comment ever. Okay? I think I already put that here, by the way. I want to make sure I did. Come on, stupid YouTube. What happened to my comment? Am I putting this video up? This video is fucking so boring, I'm sure. Why? Why did it fail to post? This happened before with this person. They have some sort of magic on their comment? But it's so fucking weird. I like that. I like this kind of fun. So Margie says that women have to hide their NE. I can tell what my ENFJ friend expects me to say, and I'm able to pick up on what they want from me on some level that is beyond obvious. It may be caused by mine and her mutual interest in each other, and from that I may be on some level interested in tapping that ass. Oh, I'm sorry. Be interested in tapping into the same way of thinking that I perceive from her, the INFJ. I say that it is caused by a mutual interest because I didn't pick up on what other people want or expect from me, regardless of whether they are FE users or not, inclusive to the other people's emotions. Except for that, I can read my ENFJ friends. And probably has to do with me actually caring how that one person feels. I'm an INTP. Well, tap that shit. For sure. Tap that ass. Get on that. You should try to smash that, as they say in the youth culture. Smash it, then marry it. That's what they say. Yeah, I don't care. He's like, I know this is not necessarily MBTI related, but you probably don't care considering your dominant E. I could not give less of a fuck. But I was curious, could you make a video talking about how you got to the position of being able to run a debate school? 15 years old and education is something I'm very passionate about. Yes, I will totally make that video. I will gladly make that video, and thank you very much for asking me to do it. That's a very nice request. I really appreciate that. I want to talk about that. I want somebody interested in that. or running a school in the future, it would be the easiest way to implement some of my ideas about what education should be focused on. Whenever I tell people running and constructing a school is something I'm considering as a future occupation, they often think it's outlandish and impractical. Probably due to its somewhat entrepreneurial nature. Yeah, I will be happy to talk about that. So having someone who has been through these experiences personally would be extremely helpful. Of course, I'd be happy to do that. It's great. You're a smooth teenager, my friend. Smooth. Full of FE care. I think I got through them all, basically. I may have missed it. What happened to that one that I was trying to comment and it wouldn't let me comment on it? That's such bullshit. Not the first time that happened, either. Where is that thing? This. Can I comment here? I'm trying to give you credit for having the best comment. Why? I'm going to have to delete this comment or something. Won't let me thumbs up it? What? I want to know this. What the fuck is going on with you? Well, dyslexic nerd, I want to delete your fucking comment because I can't do anything with it. It's a super annoying thing. Like, how long is this video? You probably aren't going to be enjoying this video very much, but I'm going to upload it anyway. Thanks for watching Talk to Defense People. Dyslexic nerd, you're pissing me off with your comment not being able to do it. I wonder if I can even delete it. What the fuck? Do you have some sort of like magic setting on it or something?